Yo, 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 what is up? Welcome to Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios. This is a sports program where we give you the sports news I think you need to hear. But today, and once again, we are doing another Podium Show. Yes, I know it's been a while since we've done one of these. And if you don't remember, all we talk about is one thing and one thing only for the podcast. So thank you for joining me today. And of course, as always, and has been, my co-host, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the people.
What up, y'all? Welcome, I think it's my second Podium Show.
Yeah.
Like that. Good to be back.
And Danny, do you know what we're talking about today? And if you've been living under a rock, there's no way you don't know what we're talking about for this Podium Show. Do you know what we're talking, Danny?
The Super Bowl!
Yes. The National Football League is hosting their annual Super Bowl contest. This is Super Bowl 58 being hosted in Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City, as some people like to call it. And yeah,
City of your dreams, as other people like to call it.
Yeah, also the city where you lose all your money.
Exactly.
But in this case, we have our two contenders going up for the championship for the Lombardi Trophy, and that would be the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the San Francisco 49ers. And yeah, it should be a good game. I know in our past regularly scheduled programs, we've talked in length about the NFL playoffs up until the AFC and NFC championship games. So if you want to hear more about those games, go back and check out those episodes where we've covered them in length. But like I said, as I said in the beginning, this is a Podium Show.
55?
Yeah, like 50-some.
56, 55, something like that.
Yeah. So go check those out. But like I said, this is Super Bowl 58. This is the biggest sporting event in the United States right here. The Lombardi Trophy. That's what matters. And in this episode, and if you've heard Podium shows in the past about the Super Bowl, it's not just about the game. You know, we like to have some fun around here. So we're going to be going in some stats about the game. We're also going to give you who you think we're going to win. What else we got, Danny? We're going to do some commercials.
Commercials.
Yeah.
Movie premiere or movie trailer premieres. Food. General.
Yeah, food, man.
Halftime show.
And the halftime show with Mr. Usher.
Yes, sir. Usher,
So, yeah.
baby.
It shouldn't be too long of an episode, guys, but it's going to be a good one. We're going to be covering a bunch of different stuff all in the realm of the Super Bowl and, its popularity. So enjoy, relax. If you're driving, make sure you have both hands on the steering wheel. Put it at a adequate level to listen to.
Yeah. If you're in some weird weather, drive safe. Be safe out there.
Yeah, it's still raining, unfortunately.
In most of the U.S., raining and snowing, so be safe out there, y'all.
No, yeah. You gotta be safe, because you gotta make it to Sunday.
Yes,
but, Danny, are you ready to take a deep dive and stand on the podium?
Let's jump into it.
So, yeah, Super Bowl 58, as I mentioned, in Las Vegas, Nevada. It would be Sunday, February 11th, as of this recording, 2024. You can watch the game on CBS and Paramount Plus at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now we will be getting into the dirty, nitty-gritty details of the teams, in which we will talk about a little bit of both in the beginning, but, we'll get there. So, the Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid, the Chiefs will take on Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. Allegiant Stadium, which will host the games, first time ever held in Las Vegas, actually. And as I mentioned in one of our past episodes as well, this is a rematch from 4 years ago, in one of the past Super Bowls, where Mahomes and the Chiefs also won that game, 31-20, the final score. This 2024 matchup is the 8th Super Bowl rematch in history, with the 49ers aiming to win their first Lombardi Trophy since 1994. All right, Danny, I'm going to start with the San Francisco 49ers first. Is that cool?
Go ahead, my guy.
So, San Francisco. The 49ers led in NFL yards by play, at least 6.6 yards per, also yards per drive, red zone efficiency of 60% or more, and points per drive this past season. The San Francisco also landed in the top 3 in points per game, scoring percentage, total yards per game, first downs, passing touchdowns, rushing yards per game, and rushing touchdowns over 17 regular season games. So basically, in like almost every offensive stat, they've led. Like their offense was just straight consistent. Total yards per game, 398. So you're getting efficiency you're getting nearly 400 yards per game, and that's either 200 yards passing and 200 yards rushing, or you're getting most of it from rushing and you're getting most of it from passing. So you guys kind of get a dual threat here, especially when you have Brock Purdy throwing the ball. And Danny, what did you do with my notes?
Sorry, hit the wrong key.
Undo. We're doing this live.
Sorry.
Let me see. Get back on track here. As I was saying, you have Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. You can also give the ball to Deebo Samuel as well. And yeah, like I said, Brock Purdy, he's somewhat of a good quarterback, so you gotta watch out for him. And speaking of Mr. Purdy, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy will become the third youngest starting quarterback in Super Bowl history, and has 2 game-winning drives in 2 postseason games. Purdy was also a Pro Bowl selection this season and led the NFL in touchdowns, passing rating, and QBR rating. He does a strong job of utilizing top-tier weapons like Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. Purdy set an NFL record in averaging 9.6 yards per pass attempt during the regular season. He was in the top 5 of the league in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and completion rate this season. And like I said before, you got a dual threat of offensive utilities. If you get Brock Purdy enough time in the pocket, he will get you first downs and he'll help you get into the red zone and thus also get you touchdowns. So, like I said, you got a lot of options on this offense for the 49ers. But not only do the 49ers have a strong player and the highly efficient quarterback, Mr. Purdy, but also have playmakers, as I mentioned, Ayuk, Samuel, and Kittle, and Mr. McCaffrey. The Niners haven't played the Chiefs since October 23rd, 2022, however. They lost by 3 touchdowns that day and have not defeated the Kansas City Chiefs in a game with Mahomes as quarterback this far. None of that should prevent the Niners from turning the tables, but there's something to be said for the idea that the Chiefs are simply a bad matchup for them. So it is good. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. It's going to be a crapshoot. How would you say? Teams do tend to play conservatively. I mean, they're going to play a lot more shutdown defense, and I think the worry would be is that maybe the Niners might not want to throw the long ball because the Chiefs might play a little bit more of a stiffer defense, or if not, they might have to change up their whole game plan. Like, for example, without Deebo Samuel in their lineup, the Niners kind of lose a lot of their offensive attack, a lot of their offensive prowess, a lot of their offensive surprises, especially when you have Deebo line up in the backfield as a running back, or, have Deebo in motion and have him on an end-around play. But if not, you're going to have to look for George Kittle to make great plays. Hope Brandon Ayuk gets some more luck on his side and, gets the ball in his hands again. But Danny, do you have anything to add about the San Francisco 49ers?
Not really. I mean, I've seen a couple of Niners games. Their offense looks great, but I think the one game that I watched was against the Ravens, where this is in the regular season still, where Purdy went ahead and threw like 6 picks. It was just a horrible game for him, but
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, as long as there's no offensive collapses like that, I think that the Niners got a shot at it. Deebo Samuel's been doing really good. Ayuk, I mean, you got 2 great scoring options right there. I think it's going to be really tough facing up against someone like Mahomes and Travis Kelce, who have so much versatility. But, I mean, you're going to go on to the Chiefs right now, so we'll talk about it in a second. But, yeah, I mean, I think the Niners got a shot. It's not going to be a blowout, hopefully.
No, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's all offense. That's what I'm worried about. Is this going to be like a totally offensive game, or is it going to be all defense? Because we've had some Super Bowls, like I said, they play very conservative, where the teams don't play offense, and, they just play really stiff defense. It's like, all right, well, what happened to, like, all the grittiness and, like, choppiness from the prior games, So that's what I would just keep that in mind for these 2 teams. because I mean it's always different. So, but yeah, you said the Kansas City Chiefs. You ready to look at them really quick?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Kansas City. They are making their 4th appearance in the past 5 seasons. The Chiefs send an electric defense that ranks near the top of the NFL during the regular season. Kansas City has been even better in 2024. In the 2024 NFL playoffs, yielding only 10 points to the Ravens a week ago, or about a week ago now, as of this recording. The Chiefs are giving up only 13.7 points per game, 5.0 yards per play, and 322 total yards per game across 3 playoff contests. So, basically, I would probably throw this stat out the window with the Niners, just due to the fact that the Niners really have a really good offense. But also, I mean, as I just said, the Chiefs have a really stout defense who haven't really gave up a lot of points. But let's say we go. Would you say, Danny, that you would probably hit like the medium with this stat necessarily? Because if you think about it, if the Niners are known to run up the score and the Chiefs are known to, stop everybody from scoring, I mean, wouldn't that mean that we'll kind of get in the in-between there? Or do you think that the Chiefs are just going to keep at it and make sure that the Niners not score? Which one do you think it would be?
Yeah, I mean, if both teams exceed at what they do, I think the Kansas City defense is going to, cool down the Niners offense just a hair. You might get an explosion because all of a sudden the Chiefs offense could explode and you might get a runaway game. But because the Niners are so good and efficient at converting first downs, I think we'll get at least like an entertaining game. Not like what was the game like 4 or 5 years ago? It was the Patriots and
The Rams.
was it the Niners, the Rams.
It was the Rams.
Like the slowest fucking game ever. What was the score? It was like 3-10, 17, something like that. It was horrible.
Yeah.
3-10. It was the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen.
It was like a more defensive game.
Yeah.
Where you had a lot of sacks, but I would also note that it wasn't the best offensive game because it was just sloppy.
Yeah.
Especially with the Rams at that time, who were like very young, and you had like a very how would you say
an aging Tom Brady.
Yeah, you had an aging Tom Brady, but also like that team was like they already knew, like when they say act like you've been there before, like they already knew what they were doing. Like I think if they wanted to, they probably could have ran up the score, but I think the Rams were just such a gritty team at that time that the Patriots did struggle offensively a little bit. So they kind of were like, all right, we're just going to kind of wait for a bit. And once these guys goof up, we're in a strike. And that's kind of what happened in that game. But yeah, I mean, if you really love the defense, that was probably the game you would want to watch. But as the old saying goes, defense wins championships, but offense sells tickets. I mean, I'm saying it backwards because this is the example. Usually, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships.
Yep.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. In this case, I think the offense is definitely going to win championships. I don't think either team has like a incredible defense that's going to stifle the other side. I think both have such great offenses that we're going to see a little bit more scoring. Might see 1 or 2 great defensive stops. I'm going to make a bold prediction off the top. I don't think that we'll see a fumble. I don't think so. And if it is a fumble, it might be off of a run rather than a quarterback sack, something like that.
No, yeah.
But I mean, that's my prediction. What do you think,
these teams love to run the ball, so.
Yep.
But I mean, you make a great point. And speaking of running with the ball, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, he's excellent quarterback. He loves to run around the pocket a lot, so we'll have to wait and see what the way he decides to play in this game. Either he'll stay in the pocket or he'll keep at what he's used to doing and getting into the sideline and making a play out, making something out of nothing. But also to talk about Mr. Mahomes as well, I mean he's widely considered the best player in the NFL right now. He's a 2-time MVP, 6-time Pro Bowl selection. He's the first quarterback to make 4 Super Bowl starts before the age of 30. He has the third most career playoff victories, 14, by a quarterback in NFL history, and is in the midst of the best statistical run by a player at the position ever. Mahomes has the most passing touchdowns, 258, passing yards, 32,942, and playoff wins by any player ever over a 6-year span, and is the only quarterback with at least 10 career playoff starts to improve his completion rate, touchdown rate, interception rate, rushing yards, and team winning percentage from the regular season to the playoffs. So, similarly to the 49ers, as I previously mentioned, just with Mahomes, you have another utility type player at the helm of this team. So either we're going to see the Chiefs run the ball a lot, we're going to see them pass the ball a lot. I don't think we're going to see like a mixture of it, like too much. I mean, obviously you have to run and pass the ball, yada yada yada. It's football, but the Chiefs do have a distinct style of play whenever they enter a game. So it's not like, oh, we're going to do just this for this game, because that's not the way they play. It's always free flowing. I mean, you saw against the Ravens on their first drive, it was very cookie cutter. It was very methodical, and very simple, easy, to the point. Dotted their I's, crossed their T's, and their lowercase J's. So, I mean, it just depends on which Patrick Mahomes you're gonna get. And then for his weapons on offense, you have to give props to not just Travis Kelce, but Isaiah Pacheco, who I think has been an unsung hero in these playoffs. I think he's done a great job when his number's been called. So don't be surprised if Pacheco comes out and makes more than one great play down the stretch in the second half, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he had a couple of great plays. Caught a couple of low passes that I think weren't meant to be completed. A little bit of a throwaway. That surprised me quite a bit. Had some timing gains and whatnot. So should be really interesting to see which offense is, or which offense comes out on top. I feel like the Chiefs is a bit more of a proven offense, with a couple of key guys, but the Niners is a little bit more wildy, yet efficient, still. But I feel like Mahomes is gonna go for longer passes, which are the key favors, and kind of like clutch time when they're able to convert first down off of a nice drive. And then Purdy, I know he likes to make a couple of long passes, but I think he's a little bit more conservative, and being not wanting to waste the opportunity in a Super Bowl setting. He might not want to throw some risky, not necessarily Hail Marys, but some risky receptions to force some interceptions. So I think Mahomes will be a little bit more brave, and Purdy will be a little bit more safe.
You think so? Yeah, that's a pretty bold prediction there, Danny.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen, because Mahomes returning, you're the champ. You're a little bit more comfortable.
He's been
Purdy,
there before.
I think. Yeah, exactly. I mean, recently too. I feel like that's just what's gonna happen.
Bold prediction from Danny Tan.
Yes, sir.
And finally, in this portion of the Chiefs, to give their cons in a way, the only team that can beat the Chiefs is themselves. The cause for concern is, I mean, like I said, they could be very methodical, cookie cutter, but also you might see some sloppy play from them. The Chiefs during the regular season led the league in dropped passes, were second in offensive penalties, and tied for 7th in turnovers. They have won in the playoffs despite their sloppiness. Inside the red zone alone, in the wild card win over the Dolphins, they dropped a pass, botched a shotgun snap, and had a penalty that wiped out a touchdown on 3 different drives, leading them to kick field goals. McCole Hardman Jr.'s goal line fumble in the divisional round allowed the Bills to stay close. How much longer can the Chiefs continue to beat good teams by playing this way, however? So, like I said before, Mahomes and the whole Chiefs style of play is it's not improvised, but it is somewhat on a whim at times. So I don't know if you know what that means, Danny, but they like to gamble, which
Yeah,
I mean
that's what
they're
I'm
in
saying.
Vegas, so it makes perfect
I think the
sense.
Chiefs are going to be a little bit more brave with the offense.
That's what you're calling it. I'm calling it gambling. You're calling it being brave.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I mean, you're making some good points here, sir. By the way, making some good
Thank
points
you.
for someone that doesn't
Not
watch a lot of
normally a
football.
football guy, but yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I
Trying
was
to
about
get
to
there.
say. I'm like, look at this guy. He's like, hey, yo, get me on First Take with Stephen A. and Mad Dog.
Stephen A. on his new show having some wild takes too. Side note.
I haven't seen it yet. I gotta check it out. I mean, we could get Cat Williams and Shanahan on here. It'll be off the rails very quickly.
Yeah. I like that he responded to fans too, though. I mean, well,
No,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Stephen A. Not, yeah, whatever.
Even Danny's scared of Cat Williams. But yeah, I mean, if the Chiefs are that good, then yeah, the only person that could beat them is themselves. So that's why we kind of jotted that down as a con for them. Not necessarily that the Niners are going to stop them, but the Chiefs are going to stop in their own tracks, like a train. Haha.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a kicking battle out of this. If it does become stale, I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, you saw the Niners kind of struggled kicking in the last game, but I mean, their kicker came in clutch for them. You haven't seen much of the Chiefs kicker here and there, but I know he's very consistent. But yeah, Dan, as someone that doesn't watch a lot of football, how would you feel if this game was down to a field goal?
I mean, but a bit anticlimactic. If it was just one field goal, well, actually, you know what? Depending on if it's a walk-off field goal, you know, like with 40 seconds left or whatever,
Like a game winner?
could be pretty exciting. Exactly. But if it's one field goal down and then there's like a minute left and it ends with a failed drive, be a bit anticlimactic. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. It depends how far the field goal is. I'm gonna be honest. As a
Bruh.
not football watcher, if the field goal is really far, sick. If it's too close, if it's like from the 30, like come on, you know, come on. But if it's beyond the 30, sick.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Danny. I mean, it's football, you know. It's every play is a gamble. It's a game of inches, bro. That's what you got to kind of understand about this. So,
That's true.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get that far.
I'm just saying it would be sick.
No, yeah, I mean,
Like a 60-yard field goal.
okay, all right. He's not doing. We're not getting this. I mean, it would be cool. I mean, I think that would probably be the
That's what I'm
first
saying.
60-yard field goal in Super Bowl history. So,
In Super Bowl history, yeah, I think so. But
because
that
even
would be
a
sick,
60-yard field goal in the regular season is already rare.
right?
I mean, we didn't have the old Raiders kicker Janikowski kicking it. Damn, Danny,
Yeah.
you don't even know who that is, huh?
Who that is exactly?
He was like the kicker for the Raiders for like the longest time, and that was kind of what when they sucked. That was what they were known for. Their kicking, out of all things, not their quarterback, not their hard hitting defense. Just let Janikowski go out there and kick it, because he was consistent and he could kick it from far. So, but I digress. But Danny, do you have anything else to add in regards to the NFL Super Bowl 58 contest between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers?
No, I mean I'm excited for the game. I think it's gonna be a pretty good contest. Hopefully we'll get a good amount of offense and defense. Couple of stops, great touchdowns, passes and running. I feel like, yeah, you know, I feel good about the Super Bowl. What about you, Ron?
To be honest, once I saw that the Lions laid a big fat egg in San Fran and the Niners were going to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not a big fan of this matchup, considering we already kind of saw it, and not because of that, but I don't know. It's not sexy enough for me.
No.
Nah, man. Like, it would have been cool if we had the Niners get in there. I mean, the Lions, because they've been
That'd be a little bit of a
shit.
Cinderella run.
Yeah, like they've been shit for so long. So I'm pretty sure I've told you this before. So remember we were talking about that 50-year curse, Danny, for the Lions.
Yeah.
So I think, if I am correct, immediately after that curse was lifted in quotations, they went 0-16.
Jesus.
They were the first team to lose all their games in a modern day NFL schedule. I think that was also when they had the quarterback, I think Orlovsky, he ran out of the end zone, which, by the way, shout out to Alex Rowley. That's where his podcast used to be called, Out of Our Own End Zone, because he got it from there. Because Orlovsky ran out of the end zone, his own end zone, for a safety, and the worst part was that he didn't even realize he was out of bounds.
Damn.
So that's why, I was like, dang, I forgot who else. I was messaging someone on X, aka Twitter, and they were like, "Oh, are the Lions for reals?" I'm like, well, if they're for reals, they gotta be consistent. So that's why I really wanted them to go to the Super Bowl. And on the other side, in the AFC, I kind of wanted the Ravens to go. Not that I like the Ravens, but I've been a supporter of Lamar Jackson, who was super duper good when he came into the league in his rookie season, lighting the league on fire. And then, once they got to the playoffs, he kind of just fell off like super duper hard. Like we mentioned before, they had only won one playoff game prior to this last playoff run. And yeah, I was hoping that this would be Lamar Jackson's, return to stardom, his return to fame, kinda. Not that he hasn't been famous, but I mean, like a real good run for him, for the young man. But it didn't happen, so I was kind of hoping for a Ravens-Lions. Someone had messaged me on Instagram, Danny, under the Rambling RunOff account, because I had commented and they're like, "Who do you guys want to be in the Super Bowl?" And I had put Ravens-Lions, and some guy fucking commented, "How's that going for you right now, LOL?" So I politely commented, I'm like, "Well, good thing I didn't put any money on this." And he just responded with LOL. I'm like, damn, coming after me, bro. Because, yeah, I was hoping for a more interesting matchup. Not, one team who has all the celebrities rolling up to their games, and then another team, which we're in California, I always have to hear all the damn time with some stupid-ass song and a stupid-ass chant. How can you guys tell these are not my teams? But, well, I don't work in NFL. I don't put any money down on any of these teams. So, yeah, this is what we got. We got the Chiefs and the Niners in this matchup. So, a long-winded answer to say we should have a good game, but this is not what I expected as a final for the Super Bowl. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
But,
I think it would have been great to have a little bit of an underdog, but oh well. We ended up with to the big dogs.
It would have been excellent.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking. I know I mentioned the M word, money. We don't usually talk gambling because I'm not very good at it. According to ESPN's analytics, they're giving a 59.4% chance for San Francisco and a 40.6% chance for KC to win the game. On the newly made ESPN bet odds, and excuse me for my misunderstanding on how to pronounce all this stuff, because I don't understand the spreads. The Niners have an open of minus 2.5, and then the Chiefs have a under, I think, an under of 47.5. And the Niners spread is at 1.5, minus 1.5, and the Chiefs are plus 1.5. The total for the Niners is an over of 47.5, and the total for the Chiefs is an under 47.5 as well. And then I'm not sure what ML is. Oopsie, sorry, I don't gamble. Niners are at minus 122, and the Chiefs are at plus 102. So take that as you will if you are a sports bettor. Danny, did you understand anything I just said?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I don't get into the sports betting because it would ruin me. So.
Oh yeah, dude.
From it.
I think you would probably lose all your money just due to NBA games.
Yeah.
Like what? Embiid didn't hit 50 points tonight. Oh man, I just lost $200.
Okay, that'd be an insane bet. Every night, that'd be crazy. But yeah, I just I don't got the best personality for sports betting. I probably got too addictive of a personality, so I stay away from it.
Nah, I feel you. The only betting I do is on the ponies.
How much you bet? $10?
Yeah, $5-10, maybe $2. Get like $12 back. Easy money.
Nice.
But yeah. I believe it now comes to this, Danny. Our predictions for the game. As my co-host, I will
or
either or. I mean, I'm just gonna say who I think is gonna win. Like I said, I'm not too good at this betting thing. That's why I don't do scores. Have you not heard my soccer predictions? Terrible.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, Danny, the floor is yours. Everyone, please listen.
Oh, I gotta go first.
Yeah, I was saying that. I said you're my co-host. I'm letting you go first.
All right, I guess.
So, Danny Tan, away you go.
Think.
And then please say why after.
Of course, fool. I think that the Chiefs gonna repeat. I think they got solid defense. I feel like they're gonna take a couple gambles on offense. I feel like Pat Mahomes might throw an interception, but they'll recover enough because of the defense. Score wise, I don't know. Maybe we'll probably get to. I will say 21-37. Chiefs 21-37. I like that. No, 27-37. How about that?
You mean
27-31. I take it back. 27-31. That's my final. 27-31 Chiefs.
31 Chiefs for Danny. We locked it in.
That's it.
All right. I'm going to hate myself for even saying it because I wish there was a way there could be a tie. But I will be selecting the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl.
Damn.
I'm going with this because I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the Chiefs right now. So yeah, I will go. Give me the 49ers to win Super Bowl 58. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that we kind of differed here.
Yeah.
And if I were to give it a score, give me 21-17.
Oh, that's a low-scoring game, sir.
I mean, it's still close though.
Yeah, it is still close. Yeah, we both got a little bit of a 4-point difference in there.
So you're going to get at least one or
Something
two
like
touchdowns a quarter.
Yeah.
And a field goal here, maybe here and there.
Wait, you said 27 what?
21-17.
21-17. Okay, sorry.
If I have to, I'll bump it to like 27. So like a 10-point difference.
Okay. 10-point difference? Sheesh. Okay, that's crazy.
If I have to. Or if I was a gambling man, I would move my numbers up a bit. But yeah.
Easy.
And if you guys are watching the Super Bowl by any chance, let us know somewhere on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, wherever comments are available, YouTube. Let us know who you think is going to win the Super Bowl as well, or who you thought was going to win the Super Bowl. As of this recording, of course, let us know what your thought. If you're listening to this after the Super Bowl, let us know what you thought, and if me or Danny are wrong, let us know how big idiots we are.
Yep. Let us fucking know.
Especially Danny, because he's probably wrong anyway.
Relax, bruh. Relax.
I love you, Danny. It's okay.
So tough.
But yeah. I don't know, Danny. Do you have anything else to add in regards to your pick. I don't tell me you picked the Chiefs just because they have Taylor Swift, bro.
It's not just because of that. Well, it is. No, I'm just kidding. But
Bro.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Pat Mahomes is just gonna have the confidence and the wherewithal, have a little bit more of his wits about him, in this game.
Okay, I see you. So we're gonna have Patrick Mahomes become more of a legend, or we're gonna have Brock Purdy have a breakout time of his life and become a legend himself.
All right.
So yeah, fingers crossed. We'll have to wait and see what happens here, Danny.
Yeah.
But alrighty, I think that concludes our talk for the Super Bowl game itself. And like I said, we're at Rambling Runoff. We like to have fun here. And Danny, are you ready to go into the second half of our Super Bowl discussion, which is all the other fun stuff that most casual people are going to see anyway in regards to the Super Bowl?
Majority of America is going to tune in for a couple of these things.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, it's a great pastime. Well, America's great pastime is baseball, but this is one of the greatest things that, people living in the U.S., come together to do if you love the sport or just having a good time. So, for people that don't know about the Super Bowl, biggest thing in the U.S., starting to get a little bit global around the world. But there's a bunch of little things in between that just that makes watching the Super Bowl a lot of great fun. It's commercials, food, and the halftime show. So First up, we're going to go over the commercials, which, if you don't know, commercials are just a necessity. It's much watched television besides the game itself. They're going to be funny. They're going to be serious. You get a lot of different stuff in these commercials. And a lot of people spend a lot of money. I'm 100% sure it costs more than $1 million to get an ad, just one ad in the Super Bowl. Some companies have had multiple ads. Either of 30 seconds, a minute, or they've chopped it up to be like, oh, here's one half of the commercial, and then here's the second half of the commercial. And it's like, wow. Like,
a lot of companies. The average sales for this Super Bowl is $7 million for 30 seconds.
Fuck.
Yep.
That's crazy. Are you familiar with the YouTuber Mr. Beast?
Yes.
He tried doing, I think for that Rams Patriots Super Bowl, he tried doing a commercial, and he was ready to throw the cash, but they didn't get selected for his commercial.
Damn.
Like, he was like, I have the money to do this, and he didn't get picked. Like, that's how, like, tight-knit it is, to be doing the Super Bowl.
Competitive.
But there have been some companies.
Crazy.
Oh no, yeah, dude. There have been some companies though, Danny. I know you could probably name a couple off the top of your head that have had a staple of being in the Super Bowl with an ad. Budweiser with the Clydesdale horses. There's one with like the horse and the dog like become best friends, and then they get separated, and then years later they come back and meet each other again.
And the horse is all big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. And then I think also one of those commercials is when I also found out Budweiser is German.
Yeah.
Anybody know that? I did not know that.
Yeah, I think it's an American-based brand.
No, yeah, it is. Yeah. But it was like originated by a German guy. I was like, oh, yeah. But it was like one of those American-born but worldwide, creation. A Unity type of commercial. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, I was like, German? What? But let me see. Another classic commercial which we weren't around to see, but Apple. I think when they were like early on introducing like the internet to the public, I think it might have been Mac, or when it was Macintosh, when it was still like debuting. They had like some lady running with like a sledgehammer, and she throws it at like the big screen, and they're like, oh, Mac, whatever, I don't know, whatever. But that was like a crazy commercial at the time, which if you look it up, it's like nothing. It's just a lady running with a sledgehammer. Let me see. I'm trying to think of another one. GoDaddy, the old GoDaddy commercials. Look them up. Like those were hot. They were hot and
the
steamy.
Danica Patrick one.
Oh
Go ahead,
yeah,
ones.
and then they were trying. If I mean, I don't know. I was only a kid. I'm pretty sure those commercials may or may not exist. I'm pretty sure they weren't as risque as the commercials deemed it to be, but they were trying to show some stuff to the people. If you know what I mean.
What was the It was the Carl Jr. with Kate Upton.
Oh yeah, and she starts making out with that. He's like a notable famous extra. I forgot his name, but yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
No, yeah. I'm trying to think. Bud Light has had some good commercials. Like they're just trying to. Dang, I'm sorry if you can hear the wind in the background. Damn.
Oh yeah,
it's
it's going crazy outside.
It's pretty windy out there. I mean, good thing they're in Las Vegas. Damn. I don't know, can you hear that, Danny?
Yeah. I'm facing a window so I could see it.
Can you hear it on my neck of the woods? Nope. Oh, hopefully the mic is not picking up. So y'all don't think I'm crazy. Yeah, there's a big windstorm outside.
Yep.
But
every wind with the rain.
No, yeah.
But yeah. Just to talk about some Super Bowl commercials that I can remember off the top of my head. There's the classic. The one that I always think of is the Betty White Snickers commercial, which is a little bit more recent.
Yes.
But it's the you're not you when you're hungry. And they're playing like tackle football in the mud and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Betty White. That was classic.
And then he goes, "That's not what your girlfriend said."
Yeah. Exactly.
I may or may not have told that to Danny a couple times.
Relax.
Even when he didn't even have a girlfriend. But hey, man, those are classic commercials. I'm trying to think. What's like another Snickers one that they used to have?
I don't remember any other Snickers ones.
That's the only like memorable one.
Not from the Super Bowl. Cause they had a couple ad campaigns like the left and right. That's Twix. Actually,
there was one that they did was Elton John, and then like it was supposed to be like a rap battle, and then it was Elton John, and they're like, "Bro, you sound like Elton John," and they're like, "What?" And then he eats the Snickers and he becomes like his rapper persona again. I forgot. I don't know if it was like a random performer or if it was like a famous rapper, but yeah, it was Elton John in the Snickers commercial.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty insane. I don't know what other commercials do you remember, Danny?
Damn it. After bringing that Betty White one up.
What else you got? Or do you want me to do one and then you'll come after?
Yeah, if you bring one more.
Okay. I was saying the Bud Light ones. The last ones they done of like of the cardboard night, and I think they also did one where they brought back like a bunch of characters from former Bud Light commercials. I think I can't remember any off the top of my head, but they try to go more on the funny route, which there's a lot of funny, a lot more funny Super Bowl commercials. The Doritos do good ones too. There was one where the kid tricks the guy into thinking that he made a time machine for his Doritos.
Oh yeah. I remember.
And the guy fucking believes him.
Yeah.
And then,
whoa, where am I?
He's like, "It's working," and he walks out, but he doesn't realize that the kid got chased away by an old man. And he tells him, he's like, "Oh, you've grown so old." There was also one, I think, I'm forgetting his name. There was one for, I think it was Bud Light as well, actually. It's with Miles Teller. He's in Fantastic Four and, dang, I'm forgetting, it's that jazz movie with, J.K. Simmons. But, they're dancing to, like, a hold, like, you know, like when you go on hold on, like, phone calls?
Yeah.
And it's like
the
that.
whole music.
And it's like him and his girlfriend just like dancing to that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
Didn't the Old Spice, like the look at your man, now back at me. Look at your man, back at me.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like now I'm on a boat. Yeah, that one was a classic.
Oh yeah, that one's good too.
Yeah, that's relatively new too. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all the stuff that we watched.
Yeah.
So what is this, like 2010s?
Yeah, 2010s, 2015.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of Could we also? Cause I have marked down on our list here. We have good commercials, which most of those are good. Cause we're remembering them. I have like 2 bad commercials.
I don't remember any bad commercials. They just like
There
escape my
was
mind. Like as soon as
there
I
was
see it, it's horrible. It just go.
there was
Oh, wait.
one. What?
Yes, I think the worst one I ever. I think, timing wise, and are we gonna say the same one?
Oh, well, I have 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Say the top one that you think I might be saying on 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Pepsi. Fuck.
Oh, okay. I think I know which one you're talking about. Okay, good thing you said that because I totally forgot about that one. Let me.
That was the worst.
The one where they're
commercial
protesting.
ever.
Is it that one?
Yeah, they're Pepsi. And was it Kylie Jenner comes up with a fucking
They're like, oh,
or Kendall
we'll end,
Jenner come up with a
we'll
fucking
end,
Pepsi, and then all of a sudden they solve world peace.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like,
in the midst of like Black Lives Matters, Black
yeah,
Lives Matters
yeah.
and shit
It
like
was
that.
like, hey, you know,
Like
we're all
police
protesting,
brutality or
but
something.
let's all come
Like,
together with the Pepsi. Like, fuck out of
with
here.
a fucking Pepsi, and all she does is just pick it up and hand it to the guy. Like,
I believe in
what the fuck?
democracy, not handing out Pepsi. I highly
Oh
doubt
my
that.
God, it is ridiculous.
I
Like,
feel
read the
like
room.
That's a pipe dream.
God, it's just so stupid.
No, yeah, it was a pretty bad idea. But
yeah. What are your bad ones?
there was one. It was showing like landscapes and like mountains and like buildings and shit. I think it was during the Falcons and Patriots Super Bowl. And I think both of these actually came out around that time. I remember there were no interesting Super Bowl commercials in that one for me. So they're showing like all these different shots, and at the end it was like a commercial for fucking water. And that silence was my reaction. Like, what? Like, all this cool stuff you show us, and it's for like a new bottled water company. I'm like, bro, there's no way. And then the second one,
is that the Evian one?
it might have
Pink
been.
water bottle or some shit like that.
Oh, I don't remember.
I remember
It
they
was
had a
just-
commercial the following year where it was like a dancing baby or something. That was pretty funny.
What the fuck? Oh, okay.
Good. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
Go
say
ahead.
this last one, but you just said baby, and it just triggered something. There was one. I think it was like I don't know what the fuck it was about. It was like insurance or something. And it's like a kid. He's like telling his life story, like, oh yeah, I had fun doing this and that. And then at the end, he just goes, "But you'll never know because I died." I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what type of depressing shit is this? Like, damn, like, gosh. Like,
Yeah.
trying
Sometimes.
to put a mess. Yeah, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? But, to make it on a lighter note, you said baby. You can't forget about the Geico baby, Danny.
Geico baby.
Oh, no.
I don't remember no
Oh,
Geico
dang,
baby.
it wasn't Geico. It was the baby that does stocks.
I have no
Stocks
idea
and
what you're
bonds.
talking about.
All right, I gotta look it up. Danny, there's no way you don't remember this. Look it up. Baby commercial does stocks. Come on.
Baby
And he talks.
stocks.
Come on, Danny.
E-Trade.
It's E-Trade.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
the E-Trade
remember this.
baby. There we go. You don't remember that? Dude, you're capping.
No.
No way.
Oh, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. It's just a baby, and they just put a voiceover, and they make his mouth move like a little bit, and he's sitting next to like a pile of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of a lame commercial. I'm gonna be honest. But we're gonna move on from commercials. Actually, drop your favorite Super Bowl commercial in the comments below. If y'all still listening to this. Down vote the ones that you don't like.
Yeah.
Up vote the ones you like.
Bro.
Yeah. What's our next topic? Oh, food. Food around the Super Bowl.
Hold on, really quick.
Huge thing.
Wait. In regards to commercials, movie trailers.
Ugh,
Do you remember
man,
any off the top of your head?
I don't remember any fucking movie trailers.
Bro,
At
you're
all.
tripping. Fast 5, Transformers.
Oh, you know what? I remember the Transformers one.
Bruh. I'm trying to think. Because there's like rumors going around that the Deadpool 3 trailer is going to come out. Disney, as of this recording, just announced like a bunch of movies. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a trailer for any of them. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of trailers, considering we just had a work stoppage in the film and television industry. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to pop up. Oh, like, shit, what is it called on Netflix? what's that Korean show that was like super popular? Squid Games.
Squid Games.
Trailers have been dropping for that already. I wouldn't be surprised if we get that in there. Um, and a bunch of trailers or a bunch of commercials have already been dropping themselves. So if you guys are interested in any regular ad commercials, movie trailer commercials, look them up now. They're probably up somewhere, probably on YouTube now. So
Yeah, I feel like that kind of kills the commercial premiere thing. I mean, it's already up somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
It's because they've been some of them have been premiering during the playoffs. Which there's one with
Who gives a
Messi.
shit about a trailer
There's
during
one
Super
with
Bowl? You know what I'm saying?
there's one with Messi, which I'm not gonna spoil. You guys go look it up. It's pretty interesting. But yeah. Super Bowl commercials. Let us know which ones you guys like. The ones that you don't like.
Who cares about the trailers?
But yeah, you were trying to move on to food, Danny.
Yes, sir. The
But,
more
yeah.
important stuff.
Bruh. But yeah.
What kind of foods and shit did you eat around Super Bowl? Are you more of a classic guy? You and your family more of a classic guy, Rob?
I mean, yeah.
Like hot dogs, hamburgers.
Oh yeah,
Is it-
dude. We'll fuck it up, bro. Hot dogs, hamburgers. Get some bacon wrap hot dogs. All kinds of chips. Getting nachos, cheese. I don't know.
Anything weird or very specific to your family?
I don't know. I mean, we've done like ribs. We'll do like carne
Everybody does
asada.
ribs.
We'll do chicken. I mean, we'll do like onions. I'm trying to think.
Grilled
what
onions
else.
or what?
Yeah, like grilled onions. Those are good. I don't know. We've never done like a spread. It's just potato salad, pasta salad.
Okay. So very, very standard.
Yeah, we like to do like stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, nothing too crazy, of course.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess very Americana in a way. I don't know. What about you, Danny? What do you like to grub on when you're watching the Super Bowl?
So normally my family doesn't give a shit about Super Bowl. So we'd be eating
come
regular
on.
dinner. Coming from an Asian family, it'd be just Asian food. I think the one time we did Super Bowl stuff, I think we ordered a pizza, but still had like Chinese barbecue type of stuff. So we had like chow mein and crispy pork, pork chassis, and a bunch of other stuff, soy sauce, chicken, and whatnot. So a little bit different from the Americana stuff. I think I remember that one year we had like chips and dip. It was like the first year I was like, wow, this is what a white family must be doing during the Super Bowl. It's like, wow, we got chips and dip. Normally we just got the chips.
Stupid.
I never had anything to dip them in.
You're a fool. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, what's this white substance?
Yeah, it's
Pause on that.
no, it was bean dip. It was bean dip. It wasn't queso. But yeah, I mean, we had a little bit less conventional Super Bowl stuff. I feel like the only time I've had more Super Bowl foods is just Thanksgiving stuff, but that's like a whole different thing.
Bro. Now, even as an adult, you haven't indulged in like a Super Bowl feast like that?
Yeah, I mean, the one time I think it was a like quote unquote company. It was like a building party when I worked on campus at UC Irvine, and they had like a Super Bowl like potluck whatnot. I think it was
Ooh,
the day before
sounds like fun.
on a Saturday, and everyone brought some stuff and had like regular food, potato salad, like you said, chicken. Someone had made ribs. Someone had made chicken mole. There was nachos, like a fruit platter or some, no, like more typical Super Bowl stuff, hot dogs, burgers, and stuff. I forgot what. I think I brought egg rolls.
You're a fool.
Yeah, I think I brought egg rolls. But
What a
no,
guy.
obviously, like I was a student worker, so the list came to me last. And my boss like, you don't have to bring anything, but if you want to, you can. I was like, man, my mom will kick my ass if I show up empty. Like even though she doesn't
Bruh.
even know about it, but so I was like, what could I do? I was like, I'm not gonna make egg rolls. I was like, oh, I'll call up this Chinese fast food place like right before, or the day before, or whatever. And then I think I called them for like 25, and I brought 25 egg rolls, something like that.
Okay, all right. I see you.
Yeah, it was just like a small like office building thing for like the facilities workers and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you never barbecued?
I mean, in my adult life now, I mean, I think maybe a
Like for the Super
year,
Bowl.
couple years ago, yeah, we did like carne asada here with my girlfriend's family, for the Super Bowl.
Okay, there we go. Now we're
Um,
talking. We're getting somewhere. Okay.
yeah, you know,
Uh-huh.
but that's still like for our area, heavily Hispanic area. I think that's pretty typical.
Bruh, it doesn't matter, bro. It's a Super Bowl. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what you do.
That's
You
true.
bust out the grill. You put your fancy little
Yeah,
apron on. You put some
yeah. Oh,
cold
you know what? You
ones. What?
Oh yeah, of course you gotta knock back a couple cold ones.
Yeah, cold
This
one.
year, you know
You're
what? I got some frozen fish. Maybe I'll grill up some fish, Rob. You've inspired me. Couple
all right. Look,
grilled,
see,
couple
there you
fried,
go.
one steamed. There it is.
Look, see, there you go, bro.
There it is. I'll chef it up.
Crack open some chelas. All right, but what are you cracking open though? What type of chelas are we talking about?
Uh,
There's only one
it's
correct
mostly
answer to
Modelo's over
this.
here.
There you go, Modelo time food. There you go.
Modelo time.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, food in the U.S. is like pretty popular. So you got your barbecues. You do steak. What did I say? Some
Steak,
racks, ribs, burgers, hot
burgers,
dogs.
hot dogs. Exactly.
What would be like the randomest thing that people would like barbecue? You think real quick, like
Like a
what would
crazy
it
thing
be?
to barbecue.
Yeah,
Uh,
like
I guess it
bratwurst
depends
or
where you're
something.
at, but
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I mean,
I mean
sure.
we're in the Southern California area, so we're kind of naming things that me and
Yeah,
you
I
kind
mean,
of come across. It might be different,
I
like
mean,
in Texas or in
something
New York.
crazy. Maybe
So,
like Rocky Mountain oysters. That'd be insane to grill up. Couple of cow balls.
yeah,
Um, yeah. I mean,
but
grill up some seafood. I mean, I don't think that's typical, but you can definitely do that. That's cool. Do a little bit of a crawfish boil. I can feel that too.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah,
Whatever fits your palate.
whatever floats your boat.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you guys are having a little dinner for the Super Bowl, let us know what you guys are eating. We would love to know what your preferred dish is to watch the big game in the United States.
Yeah. Talking
But
about a big game. What about a big show?
oh yeah,
The
of course.
Super Bowl
Moving on now.
halftime show.
Yeah, another staple of the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And this will be the last thing we'll be going into very quickly. Is
Arguably the most watched portion of the Super Bowl.
yeah, I mean the halftime show along with the game itself and the commercials does bring in a lot of people. We've had the Pepsi halftime show, not a sponsor, and I believe currently we are in the Apple halftime show. So
Damn.
but yeah, this year we will be having Mr. Usher perform at
Usher,
halftime,
baby.
and hopefully he does a good showing. I mean, like I said, the Super Bowl is a big. The Super Bowl and the halftime show itself is a big deal. We've had multiple different artists from Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Coldplay. We recently have had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Danny's favorite rapper Eminem. All grace the Super
Rihanna.
Bowl. Oh yeah, Rihanna. We've had them all grace the Super Bowl stage.
Shakira and J-Lo.
Yeah, that was a good one too. I recently just rewatched Prince's Super Bowl commercial. Damn it, I'm still thinking about commercials. His Super Bowl halftime show, where they were out in I believe in Florida, and it started to rain, Danny.
Oh, that's crazy.
And the producer called him, and he was like, "Prince, it's raining. Do you still want to do this?" And Prince told him, "Can you make it rain harder?" So yeah, dude, he has some
Make it rain purple.
balls. Yeah, so it was like kind of bone chilling, he's singing Purple Rain while it's raining.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he does a Foo Fighters cover.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's pretty
yeah,
unique.
if you have time, go check it out before it gets taken down on YouTube.
Yeah.
And these performances are only 12 minutes long. So if you get like a known big name artist, like they're giving you 12 minutes of their best work. So
Yeah.
like,
And usually the production value of these halftime shows are insane.
oh no, yeah.
Like even just rolling out a stage in the middle of a football field, it's crazy. I mean, and last year it was Rihanna, right?
Yes.
Last year, yeah. I mean, the production of Rihanna's was crazy. She was in the middle of the air, flying up on platforms and shit.
Yo, they had that shit looking like Ultra Smash Bros.
Yeah, Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
With all the floating platforms.
Yeah, the floating platforms up and down. She's going up and down and whatever. It's crazy, a crazy production for that one.
No, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
we had Lady Gaga jumping off the roof of one of the stadiums.
Oh yeah, that was crazy too.
Katy Perry's I think was good.
Repairs was cool. A lot of pyrotechnics on that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I remember one of the first ones that I remember was like the Who, because that was when the Saints won their Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah,
the one time.
All right, chill. The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, even in the last couple of years, 50 Cent hanging upside down.
Oh yeah, that was
pretty
funny. Hey, all right, that was pretty good.
Funny as fuck. Like the music video. I mean, that was cool.
Come on. Yeah, and they had Kendrick Lamar too. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Yeah, really, the production of that one was not as cool as the rest of them. You know, like
you weren't.
They just rolled out like
production.
like a couple of buses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a tiny stage.
I mean, I wouldn't say. I don't think anybody was there for the production. It's hip hop, Danny.
It's part of it. It's part of it, dude.
I know it's part of it, but like they had like 10 people.
That's true.
In that,
and it was a little bit more LA. The Kendrick thing with the map of LA was really cool. I like that.
My homie German Gonzalez, he was really hyped on that stage set. They had a Tam's Burgers sign, and they're like everyone was saying, "If you know, you know."
Yeah.
Which I don't know apparently, 'cause I'm not from Compton. So IDK about that. But yeah, I'm hoping for a good show by Usher. Usually, I know we've name dropped a lot of people. They do sometimes bring out special guests, so don't be surprised if he brings out a Justin Bieber or a Lil Jon. So just keep an eye out for that.
Don't be surprised if he makes a little love in this club, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Or puts a little, tells you a little secret, confesses to you, you know?
Bruh.
Part 2. Okay. But anyway,
can you give me one?
Enough, I think.
I was gonna say, can you give me one Super Bowl halftime show that you remember that's like your favorite?
Oh, God. I mean, recency bias. Rihanna's was pretty dope. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. Production value up and down.
And she was pregnant.
Dope. Yeah. Obviously, I think literally as she came on, me and my girlfriend watching, and I was like, she pregnant? And my girlfriend's like, no. And she's like, wait, I think so. I was like, or maybe she said it first. I don't know. But I was like, dude, is she doing all this? I was like, yeah, for sure. Because she limited her movement, but even still, she walked a lot. She was up and down. She went all the way up like fucking 50 feet in the air on that goddamn platform. Crazy.
No, yeah, it was pretty good. I think I will have to give it to, and people are probably going to hate me for this, because I'm going to be biased because I like these guys. Well, at least their earlier works. The Black Eyed Peas, I thought their Super Bowl.
Oh, the Black Eyed, I forgot about their. It was decent. I mean, their music was popping at the time too, though.
No, yeah, and that was when like Shuffling was in, so they had that one song that was like super duper popular. Dang, I forget what it's called, but it was during like that era when Shuffling was like super duper in.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, they're party style. A lot of their music is party style, so I don't know. I think because I just grew up listening to the Black Eyed Peas, I like their music, I like their style. And, I mean, they're still around, just without Fergie, but yeah, at that time, that was when they were still at the top of the game. For the most part. But you were mentioning we've been rambling on a little too much here, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're ready to wrap up. If you got any
other
comments, Rob.
I think I'm good. Just as a reminder, this game is on Sunday, February 11th. It is a slightly earlier game, so if you're on the West Coast, you can catch the game on CBS or on Paramount Plus at 3:30 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, you will see this game at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So remember that. West Coast, 3:30. East Coast, 6:30. February 11th, Super Bowl 58. Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada at Allegiant Stadium.
Either we swear.
Yes, and for record purposes, Danny has the Chiefs winning 31-27. I have the 49ers winning 21-17. But yeah, I believe that is where we bid you a goodbye. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Rambling RunOff Podium Show Super Bowl 58 special. I've been your host, Robert Rios. For my co-host, Danny Tan. You can find us on the socials at Rambling RunOff. wherever on the socials you can find us. We're also on Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And we will see you next week to see who is correct and who is your Super Bowl champion. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.